I hooked up with my neighbor and now he's stalking me.
Run, girl.
I, 22 female, made the mistake of having spicy sleep with my neighbor, 30 male. We all know the saying.
The boy next door, don't give him the door.
No.
Wait. The boy next door, don't give him the back door.
You just rhymed door with door.
It rhymed.
You could have said don't be an for the boy next door.
Don't be an for the boy next door.
What I was talking about was don't crap or you eat. We live in the same building and I came home from a night out about 2 weeks ago and met him in the hallway. We got talking and he invited me back to his place. We had a drink. One thing led to another and we had spicy sleep.
Hold me closer, spicy dance.
By the way, this comes from Deleted, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm Riley.
And OP says, I have to admit, the spicy sleep was pretty awkward and bad.
Oh,
Yikes. I'm cringing as I write this, but as we were doing it, he told me he loved me? We had spoken about twice before this night.
Whoa.
Crazy.
Sometimes it helps.
Sometimes when you know, you know.
Yeah.
So I got my first impression that maybe he was a bit strange. I was really embarrassed by the whole thing and decided to just avoid him, thinking he would get the hint, that it was just a wasted one-time thing and I wasn't interested. But I kept seeing him all the time. I think he must have worked out what time I leave and get back from work because I started bumping into him way more than I used to.
I don't know if he'll get the hint that you're, ignoring him. If you guys did that, he got the hint that now he loves you. So
I feel like you got to be like, hey, dude, I'm not feeling it.
yeah.
Yeah, especially when you see them a lot. You gotta say, hey, dude, I'm not feeling it. I kept the conversation short and acted uninterested, hoping he would back off. He persisted, and then a few days ago, he added me on Facebook, which I ignored. The next time I saw him, he asked me why I hadn't accepted his friend request. So I decided to be more assertive and said something like, the other night was fun, but I'm really not interested in anything. He was quite upbeat and replied, okay, that's cool, but we can still be friends. So I thought maybe I had been a bit immature towards him, and now that I've told him my intentions, we could be friends.
Yeah, and I love you.
We could be friends and I love you so much. I still think he's being over friendly with me. I'm sure he's waiting to bump into me because I see him constantly. He's not shy about asking personal questions about ex-boyfriends and stuff, which I find weird. On Facebook, he has liked so many of my pictures and messaged a couple times asking me to hang out. Is his behavior weird or am I just being overdramatic? And there is an update. No, he's being weird.
Being weird.
He's being weird. I don't know how you prevent, how you stop him from being weird because you've already kind of said, hey, not interested. I think you could be a little bit more firm and say hey,
Yeah.
I'm flattered, but really don't want anything. I got a lot of friends. Don't even want you to be my friend.
You know what's been helping me recently?
Yeah.
How would Sandra Bullock respond to this?
In what movie?
Any movie.
Well, in While You Were Sleeping, she's kind of shy. She would probably go along with the relationship. So you got to be careful about which movie.
I'm thinking Ocean's 8.
That was going to be my next guess.
How would Sandra Bullock in Ocean's 8 respond to this?
Yeah.
Because she's a bad butt.
She's bad butt.
That's what I would do.
Exactly. There you go. That's your advice. Watch Ocean's 8. Oh, wait, no. Ocean's 11?
Ocean's 8.
Ocean's 8. Yeah. Watch Ocean's 8.
And if you're in a scenario, what do I do? What would Sandra Bullock in Ocean's 8 do?
WWSB.
Wait. WWSP I08.
Yeah. There we go. Solved it. Update. Thanks for the advice. I've learned my lesson about having spicy sleep with someone I don't really know and can't avoid.
Oh.
It happens. The first thing I did was delete and block him from Facebook, but I still had to deal with him in person. I coincidentally ran into him on Monday. He asked, have you deleted your Facebook or something? Because I can't find you anymore. Actually, he's probably like, princess. Oh, princess.
Princess, have you seen that guy?
What?
He claps his feet together.
No.
Yeah.
That's concerning.
Oh yeah. And he goes, princess, and then it's really cringe.
I told him he's a nice guy, but I feel like I'm leading him on by hanging out together since I'm really not interested. He replied that he really does just want to be friends and that it would be more awkward now if we're not. It's like a threat. I said, I don't want to give you the wrong impression, so I think it's best for now if we're not, and quickly left. I felt bad saying it, but he was overwhelming me. I haven't seen him since then, but last night I got a rambling long letter through my door.
Oh.
Dear OP.
No!
You didn't give me much chance to speak the other night, and there's more I wanted to say. Though this might actually be an easier way for me to explain my thoughts and feelings, I know we had only talked a few times before our tryst.
Our what?
Our tryst.
Bro, that's old English.
But I felt like there was an obvious connection between us. I'm sure you must have felt it too, or I didn't think you would have come home with me that night. I'm not the type of guy who sleeps with girls I don't really know, but I was extremely attracted to you, and when it appeared you reciprocated my feelings, I couldn't help myself. When you told me you weren't interested in anything romantic, I understood, even if it was not what I wanted to hear. I don't know anything about your personal life, part of the reason why I'm not usually interested in one-night stands. And so, of course, I realize why you might not be interested in me. However, I think it's strange you don't at least want to be friends. We shared a very intimate moment with each other, and you can't pretend it never happened. It therefore seems only logical that we become friends. It only makes it more awkward if we aren't. I just want to say, if you feel embarrassed or worried that I think of you as slutty, don't be. I don't judge you. That would be a terrible double standard. Though be careful, because some men see your behavior as slutty, especially if you refuse to talk to them after. It seems like he's one of those men.
Huh, interesting.
He's like, some men, not me, some.
I would never think this, but some guys might.
Some guys would think this. Just like when a guy doesn't call a girl after they sleep together, he's seen as an a-hole. Really, the point of me saying all this is just to repeat that I understand you're not interested in a relationship with me, and I respect that. However, I'm just going to say it. I really like you.
He held back there.
You're a fun, smart, and beautiful girl, and I would love to get to know you more. I don't think you can deny that we got along very well before that night, and I don't think what happened should change anything. Don't think you're leading me on. I'm a grown guy, and I know that no means no and can handle just being friends with you. This is so long. But I respect what you said to me, even if it hurt a little, and will keep my distance from you for now. If you change your mind, and if you ever want to talk to me, or if you need anything, you know where I live, and I will always welcome you. That's what neighbors are for, right? Evil. Evil monologue. I'm scared.
Okay. As long
Yeah.
this guy keeps his word, not a bad letter.
What?
Not a bad
He
letter.
called her slutty. He said, I'm not calling you slutty, but most people would call you slutty.
He did, but not a bad letter in the regards of he got everything off his chest.
That's true. Hopefully that's
we can
it.
end it here.
I agree.
Only if he keeps his word. This is a great letter. I would, if there was someone like this in my life where I made a mistake and I did this, and they gave me a letter like this, I would be so happy knowing, okay, it's over with now.
It's over. They're done. He's not going to talk to me anymore. He said he wouldn't.
Also, if we went to a literature major,
Yeah.
I guess you, what century was this letter written?
Just because the tryst. You just really like the tryst. I think this is just very I think we nailed it. This is the fedora nice guy. I think that's absolutely the energy this man is giving.
I thought it would be 1850,
Sure.
something around that time.
1850 something.
Yeah, that knows what Reddit is.
I feel bad because he obviously likes me and has put a lot of emotional value on what happened, but I can't deal with someone this intense. I've been through a similar scenario where I've had to let down a man, and then he sent me a really weird text.
Oh, yeah, dude.
It was so weird. It was really strange. So don't feel bad, OP. You let him down as nicely as you could.
There were parts of that letter I thought were nice.
Yeah, most of it.
Not all of it.
Most of it weird. His letter confirmed that he is odd. So I'm glad I was upfront with him. Yes. And there is a second update. So let's get into it.
No.
It never ends. It never ends. Opie's going to have to move.
Oh, gosh.
Update 2. He went about a week without contacting me. Wow, a whole week? That's a new record. Then yesterday I was getting stuff out of my car and heard his voice say, "Hey, do you need a hand?" I politely said, "Hey, no, I'm fine, thanks."
Step back.
Step back. She's got like bear spray. He got offended and started getting mad at me. He said something like, "What's your problem? I'm only trying to help you. All I've ever done is be nice to you, but you still act like a witch." That was so nice of you to say. That was
Wow.
really nice of you to call OP a witch.
So nice, man.
He stormed off before I could respond. I was shocked and embarrassed because people around probably heard everything.
Good.
This morning I woke up to another letter.
Oh.
Dear OP, I want to apologize for shouting at you earlier. I let my anger get the best of me, and I'm sorry about that, but I can't help but get frustrated at your behavior. I get that you're not interested in me and that you don't want to be my friend, even if I do find it strange. However, when someone's trying to help you, it's good manners to accept it, or at the very least, be grateful. Again, I'm sorry, and I realize I need to think about the way I acted, and will try not to do it again. By the way, this is how adults deal with awkward situations. They don't pretend they never happened. Hope you accept my apology and the little bit of advice I gave you.
Okay, number one, have you ever seen Seinfeld?
They avoid all of their problems.
Yeah, and those are adults.
Yeah.
That's how people kind of respond.
Mhm.
Even though it's TV, it's kind
Yeah.
of how we think.
And I think you're definitely not acting like an adult in this situation, sir.
I think the only way to respond is with the little voodoo doll that kind of looks like him, and
It's got a bunch of needles in it.
and it's got all the needles in its head,
Yeah.
and you give it to him.
Yeah. And you say, I love you.
Do you
Wait, yeah, maybe do you kind of reverse psychology
do we
him
match
and,
this freak here? And
and go really hard? I would worry. I would worry something would get,
sometimes when you match someone's freak like this,
yeah, they're too freaky.
yeah, they
Mm-hmm.
show you another level.
This letter is worse because he's not even trying to hide the insults and is being totally patronizing. He seems to have gotten over his love for me, but now has some grudge. If he really thinks all this about me, why does he even want to be friends? And there is a third update. It doesn't stop. He wants to be friends because he wants control over the situation. And he feels upset that you've rejected him because he thinks highly of himself. And you're kind of showing him that he's not that great. And he doesn't know
Yeah.
how to deal with that.
I'd like to know where the line is until we can get a restraining order.
Yeah. I mean, once he starts harassing her, which he is, but like, I guess
How many more letters do we need?
we'll save all the letters, definitely.
Can we frame them?
You
Can we have
start-
all our strong guy friends around, kind of have a situation,
yeah.
frame them, and then boom.
Oh, you know what you do? Maybe, I mean, like, I don't know if this would necessarily work, but like, you could get a guy friend and pretend that the guy friend is like someone you're dating or a boyfriend or something, and then
Mhm.
have him. Because unfortunately, sometimes guys only listen to guys. So maybe that would work. But there is a third update. I called my brother and told him about this situation. He was adamant I shouldn't contact him and should call the cops if he continues, so I decided not to communicate with my neighbor, probably the best. I regret telling my brother because he didn't help the situation. Oh no! I had stayed at my friend's house Friday night and came back Saturday morning in the same clothes. He was in the hallway when I got back. I'm sure he had been waiting for me and said, I don't appreciate getting threatening messages from your brother. I found out that my brother had sent him a message telling him to leave me alone. He started saying stuff like, why can't you tell me this yourself? Why can't you at least talk to me? He got angry, repeating what he had said in the letters, and for the first time actually scared me. Then he called me a sloot to my face, and I said, F this, I'm not listening to you anymore, leave me alone, and went straight to my apartment. I think now that it's, we're getting more and more verbal abuse,
Yeah.
especially after the parking lot thing, and now here, I feel like you could get, the cop, at least put like in request to the police or something,
Yeah.
just so you have a paper trail or request for a restraining order or something like that.
Also, if you were put in this scenario and some dude was making you feel this way, I'm not going to message him.
No.
I'm probably going to show up.
You'd show up. Yeah,
I'd
absolutely.
knock on his door. Hey, are you this guy?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
If you ever say another word to this woman over here, things in the future will happen.
Yeah. Did you just like leave a letter? Like, did the brother just leave a letter?
Dude, that
does nothing.
brother, it does
You gotta
nothing.
Show force.
That makes me so mad.
I found out my brother had messaged him, you need to leave my sister alone. You're creeping her out. If you don't, there will be consequences.
Okay, we'll say that in person.
Yeah, go to him and say, there will be consequences.
Get a gang of guys.
Yeah.
Who
Even though
would I bring?
Yeah, who's your entourage?
I'm thinking Seraphim.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have a lot of scary looking friends.
All of our friends are
Seraphine's just tall.
are so sweet looking.
Yeah, they're actually delightful. Maybe Christian, he's tall.
Even though I was worried this might have provoked him, I decided to call the police. Smart. The next morning, I woke up to another letter. Dear OP, I'm sorry for some of the things I said to you yesterday. I didn't mean them, but the heat of the moment got to me. I did feel threatened by what your brother said to me. All I've tried to do is talk to the person I live next door to after I had spicy sleep with them. You've made it pretty clear you're not interested in me, and I've accepted that. Have you? Have you, though? However, I have explained to you multiple times that I find it strange you don't want to talk. So I think you should be more understanding to my feelings, instead of just labeling me a creep. I think we need to talk like adults, in person, because I feel so frustrated that you don't understand what I've tried to say to you in my letters, and the only way to do it now is face to face. I won't let my anger get the better of me like it has previously, and surely you must see this is a better idea than getting your brother to send me messages. There was no way I was going to talk to him in person again, as the last 2 times we spoke, he just got angry with me and called me a sleut and a witch. I wanted the whole situation over now, so I called the police. It was the non-emergency line, and they were actually very helpful. And they asked me to go to the station, and I had to show all the stuff he sent me, the letters and Facebook messages. They filed a report, and originally they offered to call him, but when I told them I didn't have his number, they said they would go and talk to him.
There we go.
Yay! Finally! If your brother can't go in person, then the police will. But you guys can listen to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime. But there is a little bit left to this story. Do you have any final thoughts?
Glad.
I'm glad.
This...
Yeah.
You know, the police will probably put it into it, hopefully.
I hope so.
And I know for a fact there are a lot of you that have been through similar situations like this,
Yes.
which I would say, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry you went through that, and no one should ever go through this.
It's not fun.
Not fun.
Not fun.
We're making an app called Call Your Brother. Call the Right Brother. There we go.
Oh, call the right brother.
Call the Right Brother, and then they will put it into all this stuff.
You get a nice person to come show up and yell at another guy for you. Yeah,
It
you
comes
have
in,
you have people who have been vetted by other women go and bully a creepy guy for you.
there we go, and it comes in waves. It's like a little story. One, it's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Hey, could you stop? One, it's like a gruffer guy, and then it's a final boss.
Yeah, and it's like 5 guys.
Yeah.
Squirtle Squad. And they go, Squirtle. And they blast him.
What the?
Yeah.
With what? With like
Water.
with what?
It's like a fire hose.
Yeah, that's our
the
services.
That's our service.
Squirtle Squad.
I just want to make this clear for those who responded to me before saying going to the cops was too far. No, it's not. This isn't a restraining order. He hasn't been charged or anything. All I've done is file a police report, and we have both agreed to not contact each other, and if either one of us contacts each other, then it will go further. I was sort of expecting for him to send another letter after this, but he hasn't. I know it's only been a couple of days, but I do feel better about the situation now. I'm going to stay here for now. I might talk to my landlord, but I don't think he'd let me break my lease. If I feel like I don't want to stay, I think my brother would help me out with money. Do feel bad about what happened, and of course I should never have had spicy sleep with him. I don't think that's the takeaway. I think that he should have been respectful after you did.
I'm also on the side. You should meet someone's mother before you have spicy sleep with them. At least know what their parents are. So I'm gonna agree with you on that one, OP.
Oh,
you should
man.
maybe feel a little bad.
That's a tough one. There's like 90% of people I feel like don't do that.
Well, I'm different.
You're different.
So I'm a woman's doctor. I gotta know
You're
like
a
what
woman's doctor.
I gotta see like the woman that made my woman, and I gotta make sure
and then you're like,
everything looks
okay,
good.
I got it right. I understand now. The number one lesson I have learned is don't sleep with your neighbor. But if anyone reading this finds themselves in a similar situation, I guess my advice is trust your instinct and go talk to the cops because they can be helpful, and it doesn't mean they're going to start arresting people. Anyway, thanks for all the advice. It was appreciated.
My neighbor is ruining my spicy life.
Move.
This is so incredibly ridiculous, but here it is. When my boyfriend and I have spicy sleep, whether it's at 6 a.m. or 4 p.m., our next door neighbor starts pounding on the bedroom wall, then starts pounding on our apartment front door. This has been going on for 6 months.
It's not because they're angry. It's because they're jealous.
Trying to join.
They're trying to join.
By the way, this comes from Psych Callie, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. We're not loud. Neither of us barely makes any noise when we have spicy sleep. But then how does he know? After the first time this occurred, my boyfriend went as far as to replace his bed frame, put up soundproofing between the bed and the wall, and usually pulls the bed away from the wall before we start.
There's not much else you can do.
Yeah. You got to put on a movie, pull the bed away from the wall, and then make sure no one's home. That's usually...
Yeah. My parents, when they first moved into their first apartment in LA, their neighbor, they had very thin walls. Their neighbors non-stop would have spicy sleep together. And my parents were like, it was terrible. Like, it was crazy how much.
Good for them, man.
My parents were going crazy.
That's wild. When our neighbor pounds on the wall, we can't really continue having spicy sleep. It breaks our concentration and spoils the mood completely. This last occurrence was particularly bad. My boyfriend and I felt frisky at 6 a.m. The neighbor started pounding on our wall, then started pounding on our door, and our dog started barking. Then he started screaming at someone in the hallway that we have so much spicy sleep, we must not have jobs. Not even true, since our spicy sleep life has significantly dropped because of this.
Do you guys just have really thin walls? Maybe you gotta play like really loud music.
I really love where I live now. It's the best.
Or you need to go talk to him and say, when are you gone?
Can we have a schedule?
Yeah, please. When are we allowed to sleep together?
We try maybe once a couple of weeks now, and even then it causes us anxiety that he could start banging on the wall at any minute. My boyfriend doesn't want me confronting him and just wants us to ignore him. This is a two-way street. He could ignore you guys, but he's not. So I feel like we're giving the bully the satisfaction of winning because, let's face it, he's winning.
I think you guys gotta go ham. I think you guys gotta go full force. You gotta start getting louder.
Yeah.
You gotta start banging back.
Yeah.
I think that's the only way.
He's destroying our spicy sleep life and causing friction between me and my boyfriend. We have a foster dog that's scared of men, so this morning I was getting him ready to go outside. I opened the door and the neighbor is standing in the hallway. I immediately slammed the door closed, and my dog starts barking because he saw the guy. The neighbor stands in the hallway screaming that my dog needs to be put down.
My goodness.
I waited for him to leave and then went out, only for him to be standing outside of the building, screaming at me that my dog needs to be put down. So I lost it and cursed at him, telling him to shut up about my dog. First time this happened, he tried to complain about us having spicy sleep at 4 in the afternoon because it was upsetting his baby.
I think you pounding on the walls is upsetting your baby. And also, quiet hours are like probably 8 to 10 p.m. So you don't have literally any leg to stand on, dude.
I told him it wasn't our problem and closed the door on him. Then my boyfriend left the apartment and stood at the bottom of the building stairs listening to the guy tell him that he was polite to me, but I was rude to him. Sure, he's trying to tell me what to do in my own home after interrupting our spicy sleep life. My boyfriend got mad at me for losing my temper, which I totally did. I think you should back up your girlfriend when it comes to the guy. You can probably be like, I didn't really appreciate the way you handled it, but at this point, man, there's a reason your girlfriend's so mad.
Yeah.
Because she hasn't had the big O in a while.
Oh, okay. Well, I was going to say, I think that he could, the boyfriend could go to his girlfriend and say, like, hey, like, you know, like, let's handle this a little differently. But when you're talking to the guy, it's got to be like, don't talk to my girlfriend like that, you know?
Yep. Squirtle Squad.
United Front. Squirtle Squad.
Yes. Every time since, I haven't done a dang thing. And apparently, neither has my boyfriend. He hasn't even talked to the landlord after I asked him to. So I called the landlord myself. The landlord's response is he doesn't want to get involved, but I can call the police if the neighbor pounds on my door again. What are my options? The police have been called on this guy multiple times in this building for multiple reasons. Ironically, He would have screaming matches with his girlfriend so bad that other people in the building would call the cops.
Yikes.
He still causes crap. So I don't see how that's going to help. Plus, it takes hours for the police to show up. My boyfriend doesn't want me confronting the neighbor. My boyfriend won't confront the neighbor. My landlord isn't any help. Meanwhile, that dude is causing so much damage and talking crap about my dog, which makes me red. I don't know how he knows we're having spicy sleep. My boyfriend doesn't make any sounds louder than a gasp. I cover my mouth when I
Okay.
make sounds.
You don't need to tell us all this.
We have very specific, same routine every time that doesn't last long. The frame was replaced after the first neighbor freaked out. There's soundproofing foam between the bed and the wall, and my boyfriend usually moves the bed away from the wall before we start.
Okay, well, clearly none of that is working if he knows every time.
Yeah. She talks a little bit more about what they do. So my boyfriend has nixed the idea of having super loud, spicy sleep,
Oh, come on.
playing loud music, playing corn, or various other means of antagonizing the neighbor. Since this is a shared space, I'm not going to do stuff behind his back while he's at work. We have an update.
Lame. The boyfriend doesn't want to do anything.
Yeah.
He just wants to let his girlfriend get yelled at, which is so much scarier for her.
That is pretty scary. Can you dump the boyfriend?
Yeah, I'd dump him and move.
Dang.
No, I wouldn't dump him and move, but I would move.
Yeah, I would definitely be looking for other places.
Yeah, like if this is going to keep going, go find somewhere with thicker walls.
And it is weird that the guy knows every time you're doing it.
Yeah, I'm just assuming that nothing they're doing is actually working.
Okay.
If he knows every time, like, probably not that soundproofed.
We have an update. I don't know what's going on with the neighbor. My dog has barked at him when a dog walker has taken him out. I immediately brought them both back inside until my neighbor went into his apartment, and my neighbor didn't say a word. I have no idea if seeing someone he didn't recognize was the difference, if he didn't feel like it, or if the landlord had another talk with him. I, 30 female, ended it with my boyfriend, 30 male.
Yeah, okay. I honestly support that. He wasn't doing anything to support you.
I thought it was a little extreme, but I was leaning that way too.
I was leaning towards it. I only didn't want to say it because I thought that was too extreme because you were like, oh, really? But now I fully support you breaking up with your boyfriend.
I only said really in the context of we haven't seen how this guy is. He might be a nice guy.
No, we don't know anything else except for how he's handling this situation.
Exactly.
But this is But OP also said that it was causing other problems in the relationship. So it's probably kind of an amalgamation.
After I made the previous post, my ex and I had a long conversation with our couples therapist, where their therapist took my ex's side and said we shouldn't do anything confrontational regarding the neighbor. She told me she appreciated that I'm a firecracker, but felt that it could get me or my ex hurt. But something that came up in the sessions is my ex swearing up and down that if someone was disrespectful to me, he would defend me. Our therapist felt that this was true.
But he didn't. But he so he's saying if someone disrespected you, I defend you?
Yeah.
But he specifically didn't.
What? Oh, dude, I heard a fire line. It was words that don't back up actions is manipulation.
Well, yeah, he's like, oh yeah, I totally, it's like the thing of if a guy is like, yeah, if there was a robber, I'd beat him up. And then in the actual situation, they run away or something,
Yeah. Except when I started thinking about certain past events. Important context, my ex and I had an open relationship. So sleeping with other people was totally fine. He has a female best friend he had slept with prior to our relationship, who, at the beginning of our relationship, said really nasty things about me.
Yikes.
He shut it down initially, then forgot about her being nasty to me and started making plans to sleep with her.
Yeah, this guy stinks.
Literally only has enough blood for one head.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Wait, that was good. Did you come up with that?
That's a big saying. That's been a saying for
that was good.
ages. Yeah.
You could have said I did, and I would have believed you.
I wouldn't lie to you like that.
You lie to me all the time.
Clever. He was surprised when I was offended. Once when I was walking our previous dog, Princess, she starts... Princess. Whoa, we live in a meta world. She started peeing on the ground, and a man started yelling at me because he had placed a cardboard box a foot away from where she was peeing. I got mad and yelled back that he shouldn't have put it on the ground if he didn't want it to get dirty. Later that night, my ex took Princess out for another walk, and this same man followed my ex down the block to complain about me. You need to change where you live.
Yeah, everyone's complaining about you.
Or maybe you're the problem.
Yeah, I'm like, if all of your neighbors are complaining about you and your dog, and every time anyone says anything about your dog, you're like, don't talk about my dog.
Either you live in a really weird place,
Yeah.
or you're the problem.
You're the problem.
All my ex did was say, okay, and walk away.
Honestly, in that situation, it's probably the best. I understand the overarching issue here.
When I asked why he didn't defend me, he said he didn't want a physical fight to break out. Then today happened. Our current dog is a foster who is reactive towards everything. He had a really rough start in life with his previous owners who never walked him, socialized him, and kept him tied to a grate for most of his life. As a result, he lunges at all dogs, cats, and the occasional stranger human. We can't tell what specifically triggers him about which strange humans, but we know if we have him on a relaxed leash and notice someone behind us or ahead of us, we need to reel him in and keep him close in case he lunges. I'm doing so much to train this out of him. My ex doesn't join me on walks unless it's around the block, doesn't like walking our dog for longer than 10 minutes, and never picks up poop.
Your ex shouldn't be a dog owner
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
So our dog pooped on grass, and we had a brief discussion about how my ex never picks up poop. While my ex is holding our dog's leash, I go to pick up the poop, and my ex neither doesn't notice the person walking towards us or forgets to reel in the dog. The dog is on a loose leash and runs towards the person walking towards us. The person is totally, understandably scared and then starts feeling filth about how he will be mean to our dog. I look at the guy and want to say something, but my brain goes, no, your ex doesn't like it when you confront people. So I look at my ex, who just stands there and does nothing as the guy walks very slowly away, screaming about beating up our dog the entire time.
Oh, man.
But you know what you can do the entire time with your free time is go to your favorite podcast platform, search up OK Storytime on iHeartRadio, Spotify, or Apple, and search up more stories just like this one. But Sophia, what are you thinking here?
Well, I think OP just wants like a guy who's gonna be like the protector. You know,
Yeah.
She wants a guy who's gonna be like in your face, gonna stand up for her. And I think you got someone who's non-confrontational. And I think just going forward, now you know what you want and what you're looking for. And you can be a little bit more particular about that when you're dating people.
Agreed. I'm seeing giant teddy bear man,
Yeah.
but he moves very slowly and he's very protective. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah, I think that's what you want.
So after this, we got home. I completely lost it. I had a fight with my ex where I told him he has a clear pattern of doing nothing when either I'm disrespected or our family as a unit is threatened. Every time he has the same excuse that could turn into a physical confrontation. On top of that, he has previously kept me from confronting people, and it's affecting my ability to stand up for myself and what I care for. I told him today that we could have walked away on his own, given me the dog, and told me to walk away, said, sorry, I didn't have a proper hold on the dog, but now I do, so you're not in danger. Or my personal confrontational favorite, shut up, the dog is under control, F off. And I told him it was over.
I will say, with reactive dogs, you gotta like really be on it. And I don't think that you can kind of confront in those situations because you are in the wrong. Like, yeah, that guy is like awful and should be like spewing all that hatred. But like, yeah, your dog lunged at him.
Yeah.
Dogs can be dangerous.
Yeah.
And you have to, if you have a reactive dog, you really got to be on it. You know, I've seen situations where like a person with a reactive dog gets really protective of their dog and starts, you know, kind of fighting back. And it's like, okay, honestly, you just need to bring the situation down, apologize. If they keep spewing hatred, you walk away. I honestly think that is the best way to go about it in that situations when you are at fault.
Yeah.
Because your dog almost, you know, or did lunge at someone. That's the only thing I will say.
You should go work on a horse ranch and have a house with a bunch of land where you can keep all your dogs. This feels like the best for you.
Yeah.
I would love that for you.
Yeah, I think when you have a reactive dog, you have to be like not reactive person, you know? Like you can't, two reactive people is not, because you seem like a reactive person, OP, and I feel like that is not a good energy match.
I won't say I'm in the right. I honestly don't feel like it. but I know I feel more helpless with him than I have in the past on my own. And that's the end of that one. Like another favorite saying of mine. Being with you is like being with myself, but harder.
Dang. Wow. There we go.
There we go. Good for you, OP. I hope you find some peace in your life.
And some thicker walls. But that's the end of that story, and we've got another one coming right up.
Oh, yes. Yes. Okay, so quick okay story time.
Yeah.
I live in a place where there's like a car garage. So we got this one neighbor. He's a little odd from the few times I've seen him. I don't know. I don't get a good vibe from him. So I had this like Diet Coke bottle, like near where like I was parked or whatever. It was in my area. I like it moved off to the side, but I didn't put that there because I don't drink that. And my roommate Alex doesn't drink that either. So it's just like, okay, weird. But yesterday when I was getting out of my car, I looked in that neighbor. He's like my car neighbor. I looked in his like car and I saw the exact kind of bottle, like Diet Coke bottle, in his car.
So he's putting it in your area?
So I guess he must have like left one in the area and then just let it sit over there where it was. Alex got it, thankfully, but
yeah,
I was like,
that's weird.
Dude, that's your trash and you're leaving it in my area?
And also the trash is like right there too. Like he could have thrown it out, like the trash can. Aren't they like right there?
No, you have to like go upstairs.
Oh, okay,
Yeah. But he just didn't pick up his trash.
Weird.
So that's strike one.
Strike one.
My dude. Next time I see it happen, I'm going to put it on his car.
Yeah, put it on his car, as you should.
Oh, there you go. That's
And
yours.
if it falls, that's on him.
Yep. I'm going to get the next one ready for us.
I've had enough of my freeloading friend.
Time to pay up.
I am a very kind and caring person, and I take after my dad. He was very charitable, and he liked to help people who were in need. He was a very rich man.
Aw.
So this friend and I got along well, and occasionally we would take our children to parks and county fairs, movies, etc.
Oh, that's how my great-grandpa was.
Oh,
I try to be like that.
yeah, I think you are.
Thanks.
Her 3 kids have behavioral issues. She lets them get away with anything. She just sits back and smiles while her kids destroy everything in other people's homes. By the way, this comes from Snoowoofers5703, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. Her boyfriend, the father of 2 of her 3 children, is not around much. One time, she insisted on taking her minivan to a county fair. I would have preferred to take my own vehicle and just come home when my kids, 6 and 3, got tired. So my friend Angie asked if we can go halvesies on the gas. Fair enough. But I gave her $50 and told her $40 for gas and $10 for parking. The next day, she's moved up, came over bright and early to pick us up. She said we need gas, and we go to the gas station, and she looks at me and says we need gas. I said, okay, $40 is going to get you a full tank of gas. She still kept looking at me and my purse. I reminded her that I already gave her the money. She said, that's for food and tickets for her kids. 15, 12, and 9.
Oh,
so wait, I'm sorry. I'm paying for your kids to go now?
Interesting.
That's new.
And I guess she wants to keep you around so she can start, poking you like a piggy bank.
Yeah, she's like, well, my kids really want a churro. And I just thought you would be buying that.
I would like to know why they picked the pig for the piggy bank.
It's a good question. I don't know.
Someone in the comments, help me out.
I saw my husband pull up his truck and my kids wanted to be with dad. I just told Angie that I think we'll all just go home and she and her kids can go by themselves. I was really pissed by then.
Just to let everyone know this is evil Angie, not my Angie.
This is not good Angie.
I don't know who this woman is.
No affiliation to our Angie. And occasionally when a group of us would have a girls' night out, she would come too. Eat and drink, and then she would reach over and whisper that she doesn't have any money.
Girl.
She goes, I don't have any money.
Girl.
I paid a couple of times, but insisted she pay me back. I waited weeks for the money before we all went out again. As usual, she leans in and whispers that she doesn't have any cash or card to pay.
Girl.
I said I only have $40, and that's enough to pay for my order and my share of the tip. She turned red and got emotional. My friends chipped in to pay for her share, and later we decided not to include her anymore because we can't support freeloaders. Yeah, you shouldn't be going out if you don't have the money to go out. End of story. Unless your friends explicitly say, like you said, your friends, I'm sorry, like I can't afford to go out right now. And they say, oh, like we're going to pay for you. We'll help you out.
I didn't say if you had money. I said what you wanted to eat.
Yeah.
And that's contextual. And that's between friends. In this scenario, Waits till the check
Yeah,
shows up.
she goes, ooh, I've already eaten. I don't have any money to pay for this.
Great. I think they're looking for a cleaner in the back.
I was about to say, this is like that episode of Victorious where Tori and I think Kat are eating at the sushi place and they don't have enough money to pay for the sushi. And so then they have to be little dish cleaners.
What do restaurants do in that scenario? I wonder.
I think you get like arrested.
Really?
Or the police are get like called.
I'm going to get arrested for... Well,
Maybe you don't get arrested, but the police can get called. I assume.
yeah, because like for a McDouble, you have to pay first before you get the food.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I have always helped her even after she moved away. I would give them groceries and anything I had extra. She even called once to see if we had any booze left over from a previous party. She was going to drive to at least 10 liquor stores to get here for half a bottle of rum. I don't drink hard booze anyway, and we're just not big drinkers. I told her I had poured it out and thrown the bottle away. Her kids are so badly behaved that every one of us dreads seeing them. They are entitled and they have to eat everything and leave it halfway because they saw something else, waste it, and go on.
Mm.
So I was in the hospital last week for 8 days.
Oh, wait. What? You can't just skip like that.
Yeah, we're skipping forward.
Wait, what?
She's in the hospital now. My husband went to the grocery store to grab some things, and he ran into Angie with her kids in tow. He told her that I was at home recovering from a pretty big surgery, and my aunt was here to help. He had been home for barely 10 minutes when Angie and her kids showed up.
Oh, heck
Are they trying to
no.
rob you? They're like, haha, OP's bedridden. It's finally our time to strike.
Oh, no.
We didn't think to check the security cameras before my husband answered the door, and they all pushed past him, even as he was saying, I told you she's not up for company. The kids immediately tried going upstairs, and my aunt didn't let them. The reason they were there was because the oldest one's birthday was the next day. He kept asking me to give him some cash for his birthday. I want cash for my birthday. Give me money. And Opie's like, I am in bed recovering from surgery. No. And he's like, but mom said you'd give me money.
I just want $50.
That's it.
Yeah.
I said, nope, no more birthday gifts or cash. That I've been nice to everyone and people take advantage of me, and that I was not up for company, and every time they all have high expectations. I said I really needed them to go home. They all left in a huff, and Angie called one of our friends in the group to witch about me. How I've changed and was mean and basically a knucklehead to her kids.
Dude, get a reality check. Chump check.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Okay. Yesterday,
Yeah.
for everyone knowing, I was on the live stream,
Yeah.
and Dakota and I were talking about how this guy was getting put down by his girlfriend, and he decided to break up. I was like, sometimes in those scenarios, you need a chump check,
Mm-hmm.
where you see if you're the chump in the scenario. And I'm going to work on building an app
Yeah.
where you put your
This
name.
is the second app we have in this episode.
Oh, wait, what's the other app?
Is Find a Brother.
Find a
better
Brother, yes,
Find
yes.
the Right Brother.
We have Find the Right Brother. And then we have this one called Chump Check, where you put your name,
Uh-huh.
put like your relationship, your
Yeah.
mom, dad, brother, sister, whatever, in this case, friend.
Sure.
And then you give a little context about what's going on. And then from that, we make quiz answers or questions.
Yeah, it's like the yes or no thing. Like if this, yes. If
Mhm.
this, no. Yeah.
Exactly. And then
Mhm.
from there, you put a referral number for your friend. And then it also gets sent a link to cross-reference.
Oh, I like it.
and then
I
from
like it.
there,
They
like-
find out that they're the chump.
and then we'll see who the chump is.
It's good stuff.
I think this is what's needed here.
It's what the world needs. Does wanting to rest and recover at home without people coming over uninvited make me an a-hole? And also for not feeding them or giving them sodas and other things they wanted? And there's some comments. Let's get into them. Comment 1, not the a-hole. I'm sorry it took so long, but it's good that you stuck up for yourself. I would have cut contact with her long ago. I tend to be kind and giving, but I'll ghost you if you don't treat me with respect. If you're feeling emboldened, tell her not to expect anything from you anymore unless it's on your terms and you offer it yourself, whether it's conscious or not. I bet it is. She's using you. If your friends didn't think she was using you, they would have kept inviting her when you went out. This lady isn't your friend. She's a leech. OP says, thank you. Just last year before Christmas, I saw her at Target for kids' toys, and my husband and I decided to give her $80 for her to buy her kids something on our behalf. And as we were leaving, she came up running to ask us to loan her $20 because she wanted to buy a Disney movie. We looked at her, and I said, I just gave you $80. and that she should use that money. She said, I need to buy something else with that money, but I'll pay you back. Before I could say anything, my husband said, absolutely not, and that we have gifts to buy for other kids. Reply says, I have a friend that used to do this type of thing. The difference was that they were easily one of my kindest friends. After the first dozen times I heard, I'll pay you back, I told them that I'd still be friends, but our friendship would no longer have any money involved.
Smart.
We're still friends today.
Okay. All right.
Just learned that you couldn't lend them money.
Which is hard if they're nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, oh, they're so nice, but I can't give them money. In your case, though, she doesn't sound like she gives back. It's very much a one-way street. There's nothing left in this relationship for you. It's nice to care for your friends, but don't forget to care for yourself, too. OP says, my problem is I have a bleeding heart, which I got from my dad. We always help the less fortunate. I am glad you put a stop to your friend's mooching. I don't think I want to even be friends with her, mostly because of her needs and her kids. I was more than kind to them and even helped them with groceries. Don't tell my husband. It's a really bad feeling to realize that people use you and they hate it when you put a stop to it and get mad.
Yeah.
Reply says, give your bleeding heart to the people who deserve it, not the a-hole.
Facts. It's hard to see who to give it to whenever the person right in front of you needs it as well.
Comment 2 says, not the a-hole. Givers have to set limits because takers never do. This woman is not your friend. Comment 3 says, not the a-hole. Stop feeling bad. You're a good friend and she's a mooch. I'm guessing she would have dumped you long ago if it weren't for you giving her money all the time. I doubt she will ever be a better friend, so time to let the friendship go. Your friend group will probably also get sick of her completely. And there is an update, folks. But any final thoughts before we jump into this update?
I like to go by the rule of thumb.
Yeah.
If I see this person, am I excited?
Mm-hmm.
Do I enjoy the person I am when I get home at the end of the day after hanging out with them?
Yeah. I mean, like, what do they offer to you?
Yeah.
Because I want to be excited to call all my friends and hang out with them. And, like, obviously there are, shifts and stuff, and sometimes
seasons.
Yeah, there's seasons. But for the most part, if you're dreading talking to your friend or seeing them every time,
then they shouldn't be your friend.
They shouldn't be your friend. But there's an update. Thank you for all the support many of you showed. I couldn't let the family be homeless, so I called a friend who works for a homeless shelter that works with families with underage kids. They're going to go in the shelter and have room and board, and eventually they will get 2 connecting bedrooms as they become available.
Wait, are they homeless
Wow,
now?
yeah.
That was, dang, I guess you really helped them out.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. They will get breakfast, lunch, dinner with snacks, etc. They have to be in by a certain time every night and won't be allowed to come and go as they please after 9 p.m., I believe. By the way, you can come and go, listen to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime. There's more to this story, but
goodness.
I mean, I do want to say, like, she might be a terrible friend, but I don't want anyone who has kids to be in this situation. So
yeah,
it's good that you helped her find a safe place.
I was about to say.
It's not ideal at all because they don't have a house, but they have a roof over their head, which is good for, especially when you have young kids. But I mean, for anyone. But
hopefully you can sleep good tonight knowing you still care and love them, but you just can't involve yourself in the scenario.
Yeah. But there's a little bit left. The mother will have to get random tests done to make sure she's not using. They will all be required to follow house rules and guidelines, and the mother will have to find a job and save any money she earns. They have to save enough for their first and last month's rent and deposit. The kids will have school buses pick them up and drop them off. It's a 6 to 12 month program, and they will have to be on their best behavior. That's a really good program.
This is awesome. It's kind of cool to see how these people are intervening in these people's lives and giving them more structure. I feel like sometimes a lack of structure,
it can be difficult.
Yeah. And they're giving them that, and it might be a good role model for the kids because they probably didn't have any structure growing up.
Yeah, and also it's really hard to save money while you're actively trying to keep yourself off the streets. So providing them a safe place is going to be really helpful. There will be help for them with their behavioral issues. This former friend, Angie, has found out it's me who arranged all this, and she wants to thank me. But I prefer that she just leaves us alone and takes advantage of this opportunity. She didn't want to move in with her mother because she has rules as well, so I don't know how they will deal with the rules at the shelter. I think I have done my share. Now the ball is in her court if she doesn't want her kids taken away. Wow. Well, I wish that woman luck because I don't want her to have her kids taken away. But yeah, it makes sense.
Ball's in her court now.
Yeah, OP, you did what you could. You were getting taken advantage of. You don't want to burn yourself to keep her warm. So you did what you did, and you did what you could. But that's the end of that story and the end of this episode. So if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you.
And see you tomorrow.